Hello, my friends, and welcome to Afternoon Bake Off with your friendly neighborhood old bat. How y'all doing today? I'm doing just fine. I see we have no one really matters but cats in the chat. How you doing, girlfriend? How you doing? I just want to show something off real quick. My husband made me this dragon on his 3D printer. Isn't this thing great? It's got flappy wings. His wings flap. Whee. And he's just as cool as can be. He's completely posable. Just thought I'd show him off real quick, as he's pretty cool. Now I'm going to set him off to the side. And oh, that's okay. That's totally fine. Yeah, those printers are awesome. And he made me a and this has got shorts on underneath, so you won't be seeing my panties. Hey Guido, how you doing? How you doing? This skirt has got shorts underneath, and the shorts have a pocket. So this has a pocket. You can put your cell phone in it. I think that's pretty damn nifty. Especially since I like to sit cross-legged. So let's go ahead and start with Andrea's story part 2. How you doing, Guido? You know what? I don't know what the purpose of shoving a camera in her face was. I really don't know. You know, I keep that shit fucking private. You notice I don't dog my significant other out or call him stupid or any shit like that. And if we've got any words to say to each other, we say it to each other offline. Not none of this fucking bullshit that he's got going on. That's just ridiculous. Shoving a camera in her face. I'd shove that camera up his ass. Hey, little Miss Stubborn. Hey, Andrea.
It boggles people's minds why someone would go back to their abuser. I mean, Von Helton pulled a gun on her, put a fist in her face, and made her life a living hell. Yet she goes back to him, maybe because she loves the kids. And, women love men who don't like them, I guess. You ever notice the guy who's an asshole to women always seems to get women? Um, that's just the way it is, I guess. I don't totally understand. I know not all women are this way, but Andrea did go back to Von Helton, and maybe there were some people in churches that convinced her because they didn't know uh, the insanity of Von Helton, and but she did go back to him, and that was her choice, and um, you know, there's nothing you can do. People
Exactly.
have a right to make their choice,
Exactly.
good or bad. But Von Helton wasn't nice
Person trying
about it.
human.
He put demands on her. He punished her, even though he was the one who pulled the gun on her and made her leave. He punished her for coming back, and she had to meet his
Yes, she
demands
is.
because he wants to be in control of her.
Mouse is the mother of his children. He treats her like garbage. And now that she's come back, he's probably going to treat her worse. That's usually the way it works. That's usually the way it fucking works.
You see, he did say, I could kill you for this, but he never did it because he loves me too much.
He could kill you for this. No, I wouldn't fucking come back. Kill me for this. I don't fucking think so. You know what? I bet I make my own fucking choices, and if I decide to fucking leave, I'm out the fucking door. I would never leave my husband. Never, 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 never. There's only one thing that could get me to leave him, and he would never do that. Ever. Von Helton's guilty of a lot of shit. And you know something? That shit wouldn't even get off the fucking ground.
No, I think you misinterpreted what I said. I said, I think you could kill me with this. And I had this in my
No,
hand.
I saw you pull out the gun.
I didn't pull it out. I was reaching for a screwdriver. I was reaching for a screwdriver. See,
Whoa.
John Chacon told her.
Well, I saw the gun.
Well, you saw the gun in your drawer. Where it's at.
And to be honest with you, I was scared of guns.
Oh.
Not
John,
anymore.
okay, what happened was John Chacon, when I just like I told you, when I reached into my drawer, John Chacon was talking to her at the time and told her that I was reaching for a gun. Sure did. Told her I was reaching for a gun. And see, even now, she still believes.
I'm telling the truth.
I think he's up as far as he could go.
But you're not going to because you love me.
Yeah, he's up as far as he could go.
No, I would never.
I agree with that. Von would not do that.
You did put
But he had the gun in his hands. What you're saying?
face.
Is that better?
No, it's like this, dear. And it
I
looks
know.
like a fist.
Well, I'm telling the truth.
It looks like a fist.
You did put your fist in my face, but you never hit me.
No, I never hit you, but I had.
That's where temptation comes in. That doesn't mean you have to do it.
Well, the thing that it holding the mouse, it probably looked like a fist. Okay?
Andrea, Von didn't have the gun in his hand though, right?
No, like he held it for like a couple of seconds, and then he said, I could kill you for this, but he put the gun back up because he knew better to not do it because one, he knew he'd go to jail. Two, he would never do that to his wife because he loves me.
Bullshit. He'll do anything to threaten you, girl, and get his damn way. Don't cover up for him.
No, I never would.
You know what? You don't know what it's like walking around with half your face fucking purple and having your abuser say, I don't know what happened to her. I don't know what happened to her. I didn't hit you. You know damn good and well he's the one who fucking hit you. And it was over him behaving like an asshole.
But I didn't reach for the screwdriver, Andrew.
He called him like he
I was reaching for a screwdriver to fix that thing
Well, that
on that
and the knob,
table.
that and the knob
And
on
the
my,
knob like on here. I don't remember the knob, but I do remember that thing on the desk.
yeah, that's too.
Right back, Andrea.
Mouse is back home, yes. Yes, Mouse is back home. Safe and sound. And doing much better, too. She is detoxing quite nicely, thank you. Yes, she is.
Oh, you're taking her off for
Yes, she's
meds.
doing quite well. Yeah, she's still rambling about God a lot.
Fire them up.
She is right there.
We all know that Von Helton has done and said many, many, many stupid things. But in my opinion, this tops it all. Von Helton has took Andrea off her medication without consulting a physician, without consulting a psychiatrist. Andrea was prescribed those medications. You do not take someone off their medication. Von Helton does this because he has to control Andrea so much that how dare a doctor give her medication, because Von Helton owns Andrea and controls her, or at least tries to. This is abuse by ignorance. This is extremely stupid, especially psychological medication. You do not mess with those. You know, you have to be tapered off them to go off them in the first place. You can't just abruptly take someone.
I can tell you that from firsthand experience. You don't want to come off them things abruptly. You will feel all kind of fucking funky. And Andrea, she doesn't have the presence of mind to be able to deal with the symptoms and the emotional boomerang that's going to happen from her coming off all them meds. It's sad, really. It's sad. Von Helton is just an asshole. That'd be about like my husband taking me off my meds. He would never, ever, ever, ever. I'm on at least 10 different types of psych meds to keep my emotions in check. And it works every fucking time. So, you know, I don't want to fuck with things unless it stops working. Can you imagine? Can you appreciate what it was like for Andrea to come off all them meds? Can you appreciate what it was like? I know what it's like. And she doesn't have the maturity or the wherewithal to be able to handle it.
Off medication and not expect that person to have some kind of a mental breakdown, because I have known people who are schizophrenic on medication who decided not to take their medication, and the guy was running around the street naked a few days later after he stopped taking his medication. This was a guy that used to live down the street from me. Von Helton doing this just riles me up and stirs my blood up to I mean, I've had to take several takes at this part of the video because it just inflames me so much that Von Helton did this. He is so stupid.
Hey, Blade, how you doing? Howdy, howdy, howdy,
Abused by
hey.
stupidity. That's what this is.
You ended up going to the doctor around that time, and you came back on medication. Remember that he told everybody that you came back from the mental hospital. What was the diagnosis then that the doctors gave you for them to prescribe medication to you? What was the diagnosis that they told you that you have in order to be taking these medications?
Right now I'm paranoid schizophrenic.
Was that paranoid schizophrenic, did you say?
Yeah, I'm paranoid schizophrenic.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's what we needed to get established. That's all. I'm not going to ask anything else about that.
That's absolutely fine. So, James, after that scenario happened, he stopped you from taking medication that would have helped you with,
And I need that.
Yeah.
So you're saying that when you came back, they diagnosed you with schizophrenia, you were supposed to take your medications, and Vaughn said to not take your medications.
Yeah, he didn't want me to become a drug addict.
Okay, do you understand that because you were diagnosed with a medical problem that you needed medication for, it does not mean that you were a drug addict? You know that he was wrong, right, Mouse? He was wrong for telling you.
Yeah, I've got several diagnoses. Doesn't make me a fucking drug addict. It means I've got several diagnoses that need to be kept in check. Do I look like I'm strung out? Do I act like I'm fucking strung out? Oh, I get a little too high every now and then, but I'm not strung out. In case y'all wondering what I'm having some of that Delta 9 clover honey. That's got THC in it.
That because you did need the medication.
Shortly after Andrea coming back home, she made contact with me via Facebook. I don't use that Facebook account anymore. I don't use Facebook anymore. But at that time, I was still using Facebook, and I was surprised that she contacted me. Maybe Vaughn told her to. I don't know. But out of the blue, one day I'm sitting there online. All of a sudden, somebody messages me, and it was Andrea wanting to be my friend on Facebook, and then she started sending me questions every day. About what do you think about this church? What do you think about this church? I was like, well, you're going to Mennonite church, and I know they're pretty good and their doctrine sound. So why don't you just stay there because you're walking distance from their church and everything?
Absolutely, Blade.
That was kind of the conversation mostly. And then one day, I'm sitting there, and it was afternoon. I was getting ready to leave to Nashville, and
wow, Andrea.
About dark, but it's January, so it gets dark early then. And all of a sudden I get this little message, and she's like, hey Darren, Von Helton's acting crazy. And I said, what's the matter? And he goes, he's yelling at me because he wants to have more kids, and I've never agreed to that. And she's like, and Andrea's, where it's in text format, but she's talking normally, and she goes, well, you have a talk with him. And I'm like, okay. So I go over to, do a video call with him. And then next thing I know, or he did a video call with me, and I can't remember which one it was. Probably him, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't really know how to do those well. But anyway, one way or the other.
Oh, without my meds, you wouldn't be able to stand me. You wouldn't be able to stand me. I'd be a super duper uber mega bitch. I'd be a robo bitch. I'd be a thunder cunt. I would be a thunder cunt. I'm just saying how it is. Without being medicated, I am a cunt. That's on the prescribed meds that the doctor gives me. Weed has nothing to do with it.
Next thing you know, me and Von Helton are face to face on our computers. And Von Helton, and I said, Andrew's upset at you because you didn't want to, or you want to have more than one wife. Now, if you know Von Helton, you know he's never going to find another wife. But, it kind of taunting Andrea that. And he's saying, yeah, because she can't get pregnant. She was sterilized. And she says, no, I wasn't. She's in the background. No, I wasn't sterilized. Yeah, you were, because we've been trying to have a child since, he wants another child. He's mad at her because he can't have another. They already have 3, keep in mind. And they can't pay for them, okay? Andrea, as sweet as she is, she's not a real good mommy, okay? She has temper problems, and she gets upset over just little video games, and she gets upset when the kids,
Yeah. So like I said, she tried. Her best sucked. Okay. We got that established. Vaughn wants to have more fucking kids. A, they can't pay for them. B, Andrea can't care for them. C, he won't care for them. He won't. He don't give a fuck. He flat don't give a fuck.
Do things and I love Andrea. I think she's sweet as hell, but she really doesn't have the temperament to be a mom. And Von Helton is even worse as a father. He's totally ignores his children when she's there. When she's there, they're her kids, and he didn't want anything to do with them. That's my observation. And then what happened was, oh gosh, it was just crazy. And she every time she brought something up, he'd start yelling about that. And he's mad at me because I can't be pregnant. And the forced sterilization thing. And she says, and he promised he would go to church, come back. He goes, well, I'm not going to church because you're not a lesbian anymore. And she's like, no, I never was. I never was bisexual or whatever. He said bisexual. I didn't say lesbian. And she says, I never was bisexual.
Yeah, and you know what? No sane woman would want another woman under her roof. Well, let me back up and rephrase that. Most women don't care for that type of arrangement. It would take a special kind of woman to allow that to go on. I personally couldn't allow it. I am a jealous woman when it comes to that sort of thing. To me, it's like using somebody else's toothbrush. Why would you do that? It's a good way to catch diseases. I mean, fuck. And Von Helton will just take any old bitch, too. First one that pops up.
Yeah, you were before you left. You're bisexual. And she said no. She was saying no, she wasn't. And Von Helton was saying she was. And then
oh, nice. No one really matters but cats.
Like this, kind of rocking back and forth in the corner. You can see her in her desk behind Von Helton's shoulder. She's just rocking back and forth. And Von Helton's yelling at me, and I said, I told him flat out, I said, I'm not against polygamy, but when you're on welfare, how can you be a polygamist if you want the taxpayers to pay for your polygamy? And he got mad about that. And the next thing you know, I don't.
He does. He wants the taxpayers to fund his lifestyle. He does. He wants the taxpayers to fund his lifestyle. And you know what, son? That's just not how the way the world works. That doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You know? I mean, come on, guys. I mean, it's just like, really, Von Helton? Seriously? You ain't exactly fucking Charlie Sheen. So stop thinking you're going to get two good-looking women in bed. And look what happened to him.
Because this conversation was in January 2015.
Hey, Mandy, how you doing, babe?
2016. So I'm trying to remember the whole conversation. I do remember, going back and forth
Nah.
about polygamy and going back
Andrea.
and forth.
He could never get the second one, but he does pay some women over in Korea to talk to him. He's got two quote unquote girlfriends that he pays to talk to.
Andrea not getting pregnant and going back and forth about his promises. And so he put these conditions on. He mentioned it recently in a room that he put these conditions on Andrea, but he put the conditions on after she came back. See, Von Helton doesn't understand, if you're going to put conditions on, say, hey, if you come back, I'll go to church, but under these conditions, you don't
I'm
put
doing
under
good,
these
Mandy.
conditions
Thanks
after
for
you're already
asking.
back. When Andrea comes back, says, well, you have to live up to these conditions for I go to church. But Von Helton promised he'd go to church. So, and she, regardless, it's not about religion or anything. It's about a promise that Von Helton made to Andrea. If you come back, I will do this. And when she come back, he refused to do that because he added extra things to it. Now you got to do this to get me to do that. You see how his little madness is? And what do you know? A couple days later, Andrea has a nervous breakdown. And he wants to blame it on the trolls. But as you could see, the madhouse that Andrea was living in. Von Helton put her under so much stress, and she couldn't take it. She has a hard time having stress anyway. She stresses out on video games, on
Hell no. He ain't no sugar daddy. He's on welfare, dude. He's on welfare. And he wants Andrea to live on welfare with him. And pump out child after child after child after child after child until she can no longer bear children. Then he wants to get another one in there to care for his kids. Because apparently between the two of them, they can't do it. Vaughn is not present. Mentally, spiritually, or physically. He's behind his computer screen. And leaves Mouse to take care of everything.
On Facebook video games, those easy little Facebook video games, they can't get frustrating, I guess. I don't know, I don't like playing them, but some people like playing them and they get frustrating, I guess. My kids used to get frustrated over video games when they were little kids, but if she gets frustrated over video games, then Von Helton wants to put all this extra added stress on her. She couldn't handle it and she snapped.
Well, I don't see much of a choice but to get a divorce. She was forcibly sterilized, and she's a nutcase. So, yeah. And then plus she's hearing voices telling her to kill me and kill the kids. So
Who made her that way? You should have kept her on her meds, you dick. And you're going to dump her because she can't have any more kids? What a shallow prick. And you don't need any more kids. We're already paying for 3.
yeah, of course I have to divorce her. I don't have a choice in the matter.
That's not a reason for a divorce, idiot. If you loved her, you would stand by her. If my wife had a nervous breakdown, went in a mental hospital, I wouldn't divorce her. I would support her. I'd go visit her and see what she needed. I'd bring the kids to see her every once in a while. No, not you. You just, I'm going to divorce her because I want to get married to some other woman. That's the truth, isn't it? And now you're not finding any, huh? You thought, well, all these girls talked to me before Andrea came back.
Hey, Jack
And now Andrea
Lamort.
came back, and now she's
How
you know,
you
telling
doing,
people
Jack?
about how he pulled a gun and all this stuff, and she's not agreeing with me with my polygamy views because I want to have more than one wife on well.
Yeah, he's also dumping her because, he wants polygamy and she doesn't. Well, there's a little bit of fine print for you.
Welfare in a single wide trailer and all this other stuff that you're doing.
I have no choice in the matter. Besides, she's not what I married anyway. I married a Wiccan
Okay,
bisexual.
Blade, you take care, hon.
Now she's a Christian heterosexual.
Von Helton, you're a coward. No wonder you're afraid of me.
Me as well, Jack Lamort. I would. Oh, hell no. She came back a 3rd time. Shit. There wouldn't have been a 1st time. Nope. Nope. What a loser. And, Vaughn, you are an asshole. And you're a nutcase too. Yeah, he divorced her.
Andrea, I'm sorry you got sent to jail. It's Von Helton's fault. You got to realize that Von Helton is a bad person. Von Helton's very selfish and narcissistic, and he only cares about himself.
4'9".
And all you do are there for him to use. Okay, Andrea, do better for yourself. Stay away from him. Take this as a lesson and stay as far away from him as you can. Ma Helton, who called the police when she found out that Andrea was back. She's tired of the circus. It's sorry that Andrea had to go through that, but I can understand Ma Helton not wanting to have to support that anymore. The madness that goes on in the little trailer next to hers. It's bad enough with just Von Helton there, and she just didn't want to have to support another mouth to feed, and she did what she had to do. Whether you agree with that or not, I hate that Andrea had to go to jail.
Yeah, I hate it for her too. But she needs to stay the fuck away from him. Maybe this reiterates the fact that she needs to get the hell away from Von Helton, stay the hell away from Von Helton, and move on with her life. And let her kids go to a home where they can be properly cared for.
Von Helton didn't seem to care. He didn't seem to lift a finger to help her once this happened.
Nope, he sure didn't. He did not lift not one fucking finger to help her. If I was sick or I had a breakdown, John would come see me every single day. He would. He would make it a point. He would lose sleep to come see me. I'd have my son come seeing me, my mom, other relatives, friends. Who'd poor little Andrea have? Not a fucking soul. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt.
I don't believe in breaking up families, but I think in this case, Andrew needs to stay away from Von Helton. Next thing, he might not threaten with his gun. He may actually use it. Von Helton thinks...
Yeah, he did eventually divorce her. And he's been talking shit ever since. Saying that Andrea's in a mental institution and all that. No, she's out living her best life. She's out living her best life. She's medicated now and she's being taken care of. She's living her best life. His kids living their best life now. They've been adopted. He'll never see them kids again. Thank God. Vaughn, if there's any justice, the same thing will happen to you that happened to your mother. Only it'll be in a room full of people.
He could shoot people for just being on his mom's property. If they knock on his door, he thinks he can just shoot them. He's already threatened to kill Kenny KPZ. We know that. We got that video footage. And he pulled a gun on you, Andrea. He may not have pointed that gun at you, but he threatened you with it. He basically said, if you don't do what he wants, you're going to get the gun. And Von Helton's nuts, Andrea. He's a nutter. Stay away from him.
Yeah, the kids are adopted out now. He lost the kids 13 times. On the 13th time, they were permanently removed and they were adopted out. And Von Helton says Andrea may as well be dead. What? Because she ain't a skinny little twig, and she's under a doctor's care now. Fuck you, dude.
Oh, by the way, just thought I'd tell you while I'm at it. I am now divorced.
No.
I am divorced. I get the paperwork in a week.
Good for Andrea. No, he lost his YouTube channel and he's on Odyssey now. So when I show his videos, they're on another channel or they're on from Odyssey. And he makes a little bit of money every now and then.
My attorney secretary just called me today. Said the judge has signed the papers. I get it. I get my copy in a week. I am divorced. You know what that means? Fun time! Fun time. Ain't that right, troll? Ain't that right, troll?
Fun time. What the hell's that supposed to fucking mean, you prick?
Yeah, fun time. Now, I am not without compassion. So
hey,
I will
just
not
a
do
thief.
anything during the holiday season. I don't believe in that, and I won't. However, once warm weather breaks, say March, April, whatever, whenever the warm weather breaks, it's game on, motherfuckers. I will get me a pro bono attorney, and we're gonna have us some fun. Oh yeah, we're gonna have us some fun. Ain't that right, Sean Merriman? Ain't that right, Paul Wayman? Oh yeah, we're gonna have us some fun. The destruction
Hey,
of
Mr.
man's
Oinkers.
marriage and the endangerment of his children simply because they don't like his opinions on the internet.
I don't think warm weather's ever going to break up there in Kentucky. Nobody, no troll is at fault for the failure of your marriage. You're the one who took Andrea off her medications. You're the one who put her through undue stress. You're the one who spent most of your waking hours on the internet and ignoring her pleas for attention. You did all that, Von Helton. No trolls had any hand in the destruction of your marriage but you, Von Helton. Only you, not Sean Merriman, not Paul Wayman's, not Kenny KPZ, not Secular Opinion. There was no Skype call. Your marriage failed because of your failures. You can never be man enough to owe up to any of your failures, and that is why you continue to fail and fail and fail over and over again. You failed in the Army. You failed in your short stint in college. You failed at everything you've ever tried because you never take anybody's advice, and you always do things stupidly, and that's why you failed, Von Helton. You failed.
And then on top of that, you say you did it for...
You know what? You can blame yourself for everything that is fucked up in your life. You are a born fucking loser, Von Helton. Irv Von Helton. Irv Helton. Erwin! Get me a Coke with some ice.
For lulz? You did it for the laughs, for kicks? Oh, God. Oh, man. Is the judge going to have fun with your happy ass? I hope to God you guys have the balls to tell the judge that you did this shit for laughs.
Me either. Why would any woman give this creep the time of day? I could see me pepper spraying him, but not giving him the time of day.
That'll be interesting. Because the judge won't be laughing, motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
I mean the same judge that saw you for 7 to 8 times when you had your kids taken away by CPS and saw the condition of your house. I don't think the judge is going to side in your favor ever, Von Helton. The trolls did not cause your marriage to fail. You can't take them to court. That's why you haven't taken them to court yet. You've been whining and crying that you're going to.
I don't know, Just a Thief. But they seem to procreate in bigger numbers than smart people do.
Take them to court. It's just a threat because you're an abuser, and abusers threaten. When you get backed into a corner, you make a threat. And the court is just another threat of your abusive nature. That's all it is.
Bet on it. I don't think the judge will think it's funny. Hey, Kenny, how much is a marriage worth? Are you afraid of the dark, Kenny? Yeah.
Shit, you're afraid of a woman with all of her mental faculties is what you're fucking afraid of. You're afraid of anybody that'll stand up to your fucking ass, aren't you? You're afraid of a fucking job, aren't you? You're afraid of that 4-letter word, W-O-R-K, aren't ya? Dick. Yeah, Andrea, his wife, the one that this video was about, was developmentally delayed. And she was a paranoid schizophrenic. She is a paranoid schizophrenic. And he took her off her meds. That, with not sleeping, all 3 of the kids being shoved in her lap, with him not helping. and him doing fuck all. You know, just being on the computer 24/7. You know, she was impressionable. She was malleable. She was naive. That's how he was able to get her. And he convinced her that the world was getting ready to end. He told her that he had a farm. He didn't bother to tell her that he was living in a single wide trailer at his mom's behest.
The reason you're so upset at Kenny KPZ is because Kenny KPZ held a mirror up to your face and you didn't like it. He told Andrea that she needs to run for her own safety. Kenny KPZ ended up being right, didn't he? And you don't like it. It eats you up inside because you know.
He's also afraid of soap and water. Let's not forget that. There's a reason why they call him Stinky. It's because he's afraid of soap and water. He doesn't like to wash himself.
Kenny KPZ was right. He didn't say anything that was illegal. What he said was the truth, and you can't handle the truth, can you, Von Helton?
How much is a marriage worth? You trolls need to be thinking about that. How much is a marriage worth? Now, I'm not a judge. I'm not a court, you know. So it's up to them to decide how much a marriage is worth, isn't it?
How much is a marriage worth? Maybe you should have thought of that before you pulled a gun on her, before you put your fist in her face, before you took her off her medication that she needed, before you stressed her out to no end, before you neglected her, before you put insane demands upon her, before you made her do all the housework and all you did was take out the trash, before you refused to change diapers. How much is a marriage worth, Von Helton? How much? It's not worth much to you because you don't pay for anything. Isn't that right? Well, you pay for things that you get donations for, but that's a whole different topic. But Von Helton, you're the one who pulled the gun on her. You're the one who put your fist in her face. You're the one who took her off her medications. You're the one who destroyed your marriage. And that there is nothing no troll could have done.
There, you know, when someone is that naive, you know, you could make up any one of 100,000 stories that they will believe. And she had inherited a small sum of money, and she used part of that money to come down to see him, and he convinced her to stay. Yeah, he did. Then he took the rest of her inheritance and blew the money on himself. Real peach, isn't he?
That could have... it's just stupidity. You don't take ownership for anything, Von Helton. You ruined your marriage.
Hey,
you ruined Andrea's life. And you did it all yourself. You have nobody else
wondering how you doing, hon?
to blame but you. You want to know who did it? Go look in your mirror. That's who ruined your marriage. This is a post from Facebook about a year ago where Andrea is hoping to get custody of the kids. She definitely loves those kids and misses them very much. So any of you think that Andrea just left and doesn't care about her kids, I'm sure that haunts her all the time, that she can't see the kids that she bore, held in her womb for all that time. She misses those kids, and it's only natural. So it's only natural that Irv, old Bonnie boy, responded to it. And I'm going to...
That's awesome, Wandering. It's good to see you, bud.
Close up in on here and show you some of the insanity, the insane demands, the abuse that he continues to try to put Andrea through. He's
Starts out by claiming that she had sex with 15 men and that she made hate videos slandering him. Well, the truth is not slander, Von Helton. I'm sorry about your luck. This is a beginning. I mean, this not the beginning, but this is just this is his response, which is so abusive. It isn't even funny. I beg you to find more abusive speech than this particular.
Oh my God.
As you see, he demands that she lose weight. She has to lose weight in order to see her kids again. What kind of insanity is that? A judge is going to agree to that. A judge decides whether she gets to see her kids or not Von Helton, and he can't base it on her losing weight. Then he demands that she changes her religion. That is downright evil to make that demand. Religion is someone's personal beliefs, and he wants to control her all the way down to her soul. That is diabolical at best. That is, I mean, I don't even have words to explain how wrong that is. Judge would even give Von Helton ultimate power over a gerbil. The very words he used, ultimate power, then he puts it in bold capital letters with parentheses or with quotation marks on each side. Ultimate power over his kids. Not even a parent who's never been in trouble has ultimate power over your kids. To even say that is he's a controlling, abusive, manipulative piece of crap to even claim that or even to make that kind of a statement. This right here is he's demanding her to tell a lie, to put a lie in writing that she claims is slander, but the truth is not slander. He wants her to twist the truth to make him look good because he doesn't like to be exposed. He doesn't want the truth told about him, and so he wants Andrea to lie. That is what he's really saying here. We all know, everybody knows about Von Helton, so will not face charges of slander, defamation, and libel, which is ridiculous. So I guess Andrea is going to be taken to Lowell's court with all us trolls, I guess, which will never happen because the truth is not slander. The truth is not, it could be defamation, I don't know. It's not liable. She didn't say anything in writing anyway. Von Helton's stupid. He's a real estate lawyer, not any other kind of lawyer, I guess, so he doesn't know what liable means. Libel. He defamations his own character, if you ask me. Showing this picture again to go to the bottom part of it where it says 10 grand in back child support she owes him. He can't decide how much child support she owes. She's on limited income. She can't work because of her disabilities, and she doesn't.
That son of a bitch. Lose weight. Motherfucker. What the hell is that in front of you? A fucking bee sting? You better lose that damn gut before you start talking about anybody having to lose weight. And the only reason she was hearing voices was because you took her off her fucking meds, you idiot. Let's see. And say the only way she will ever see those kids again is if she loses weight. Fuck you on that, because you need to lose weight too, pal. Comes back to paganism and comes back to me. Fuck you. She doesn't have to come back to you. No judge will ever okay that. Or coughs up the 10 grand in back child support. Was it ordered? Was it ordered? She will also have to provide in writing a formal retraction of every slanderous thing she said about me in those shitty ass videos, whether she returns to me or not. Fuck you. It isn't slander if it's true. If she does not, she will face charges of slander, defamation, libel, and anything else I can get to stick. Now, is there anyone that is still confused about this? Yeah, I'm confused as to what makes you think you have a leg to stand on.
Doesn't owe a penny in child support. And the courts decide how much you pay in child support and how much you owe in child support. So Von Helton's way off base on this one. In conclusion, I think I made my case that no trolls or nobody's responsible for the destruction of Von Helton's marriage other than Von Helton himself. Andrea's not even responsible in the least bit. Only Von Helton destroyed his marriage. Von Helton abused Andrea in multiple ways. He abused her spiritually by demanding her to become a pagan. He abused her emotionally, and I don't even have to go into that. I think this video fully expresses that. He threatened her with a death threat by showing her a gun and saying he could kill her for, not doing what he tells her, basically. I mean, and he put a fist in her face because she threw a pop can at his computer, which is his livelihood. He loves his internet life more than his family. He not only neglected his kids, he neglected his wife. Any woman who would even dare think about going to Von Helton, stay away from him. He's dangerous. You're better off by yourself. I don't care how lonely a woman is. She doesn't need to go into that madness. Von Helton cannot.
Hey, don't worry about me, Darren. I can do crappy all by myself. I'm type of chick. That's why I was single for so damn long. I can do shitty all by myself. I don't need any help.
Handle having a wife. He wants to control her and use her and manipulate her to do his will. And he doesn't even have control of his own life, let alone try to control somebody else's life. Von Helton has no business being in a relationship with anybody. He might as well just buy a hooker because that's the only way he's going to have sex. He should have sex. Period. I don't even know why I said that, but the poor hooker that would have to smell his BO would be, I could imagine that would be horrible, wouldn't it? This is not a hate video because I don't hate Von Helton. I don't hate anybody. Hate is not something I do. I despise Von Helton. I'm sickened by Von Helton. But I got to understand that not everything that Von Helton does is fault. Some of it is because of he has some mental illness. I don't think he's schizophrenic. I mean, maybe a little bit. He just definitely got some paranoia in there. So, but the other thing about Von Helton, and this is putting it bluntly, he's just downright stupid. Did he take her off her medication because he's just that stupid? He claims he has medical knowledge, that he was an EMT and that he worked in his...
If he had any medical knowledge at all, if he spent more than 5 seconds in a doctor's office, he'd already know that taking her off of her meds is a bad idea. Especially for paranoid schizophrenia. I know what happens to my anxiety, PTSD, and depression when I don't take my meds. Guess what happens, guys? Yeah. Boomerang. I become non-functional. Or I end up having to grit my teeth and function anyway. Sweating the whole time like a whore in church.
Mom's nursing home as an orderly, and that gives him all this medical knowledge. Von Helton has proven that he has zero medical knowledge because anybody from a nurse to a CNA to a LPN to...
I believe you can be born an asshole, but you can choose to be to what degree you're an asshole. You see, I'm an asshole, but I choose when to be an asshole. if that makes sense. Now, there's some people who don't know when to turn the asshole off. Case in point, Von Helton.
An EMT, a paramedic, a phlebotomist, a physician's assistant, any of those nurses' aides would know that you don't take somebody off medication. That's one of the most basic things. Nobody prescribes medication to anybody but a doctor. Nobody takes somebody off medication but a doctor. That's the only person who has a right to do that, unless you're on the medication. I guess you have a right to take yourself off the medication, but that's just ignorant, really. You can go see a different doctor to have another doctor take you off the medication. But for Von Helton to detox his wife off of medication just shows that he's not capable of being married, period. And taking this disabled woman and putting her through that kind of abuse. And now we know Von Helton has children under his care. Doesn't that mean?
All right. Let me show you that he barely knows that. Barely. How's your cervix, guys? Men in the chat. How's your cervix? Oh, you don't have one? Von Helton thinks you have a cervix. He thinks all men have a cervix. Stupid fucker.
Make you sick?
That's going to do it. You all have a pleasant day and better tomorrow.
Oh, fuck yourself. Oh my God. Ignorant bastard. Okay, we're going to change it up a bit. I got a little something from the archive. Ratchet for Christ from our own Fat Photog. Remind me to share this link.
Last time on Shanny Ball Z.
But if you want to be fucking smart, how about you take your time and lose weight the healthy way instead of doing these extreme, stupid-ass diets that are just going to cause your blood sugar to drop, make you feel sick, cause you to binge, and you'll feel even more sick because of it.
She acts just like a nurse with all the other guys.
We're just talking about the layers of fat that that is on my urine.
Yeah.
Layers of fat? What are you talking about? Kind of like a...
That means that you're eating a lot of fat. A lot of fat. Eating it. And your body's not breaking it down. God, I'd hate to see what's left in your arteries. If you have fat in your urine, that is not a good thing. Matter of fact, I'm going to look that up.
A bisque, a soup, a stew type of fat on top of my pee. Why? Because your body expels fat through your pores and urine.
Body.
So, naturally, when you pee, the fat's going to come out
Ooh.
with it in a liquid form. All right. There we go. So, since people want to be idiots in my fucking comments, you know, idiots in my comments while I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling like absolute fucking shit, okay? And I get these fucking idiots saying, you were never a mental or a medical
Let's see. Why is my urine oily? Several things can cause your urine to appear oily, from certain vitamins to underlying conditions that need treatment. If you have diabetes and notice oily urine, contact a healthcare professional. Some health conditions can cause changes to your urine, including making it look oily. For example, you might notice what looks like drops of oil floating on top of the toilet water after urinating. Keep reading to, okay. Chyluria. Chyluria is a condition that happens when lymphatic fluid from the intestines leaks into your kidneys. In addition to an oily appearance, your urine might also have a milky white color. This is due to the presence of fat and protein in the lymph fluid. Okay, you'll find blood in your urine, painful urination, increased urination, and it could be caused by parasitic infections, tumors, kidney injuries, genetic syndromes, birth defects. Ketosis. When a person experiences ketosis, they have ketones in their urine. Ketosis occurs when your body begins to burn fat instead of glucose for energy. Ketones are a byproduct of this process and can be detected in your breath, blood, or urine when your body's in ketosis. Having a high number of ketones in your urine can make it look oily. You might also notice that your breath smells different. Some people report a fruity smell. Diets include only an extremely low amount of carbs. So we know that it isn't ketosis. Dehydration. Pregnancy, water-soluble vitamins. Okay, some conditions that cause oily urine can indicate a medical emergency. Contact your doctor or go to the emergency room immediately if you experience the following severe symptoms: painful urination, blood in the urine, high fever, severe headache, ongoing nausea, vomiting or diarrhea, lethargy, and extreme sleepiness, abdominal pain, extreme thirst or dry mouth, dark concentrated urine, dizzy spells, urinating less often, and confusion. Yeah, so if you notice some shit like that, go to your doctor. Yeah, probably. She'll claim all those conditions.
Professional. You never were a medical professional. You're lying about this. You're lying about this. You can't have patience. If you were a CNA, you can't have patience. If you're a CNA, you can't give medical advice. You can't go and tell what people's maladies are. Okay, this is why you guys are dumb. This is why you guys will always be stupid.
This is why you're dumb. You were never a CNA. You were never a CNA.
Stupid when it comes to me, because you're actually taking knowledge that I actually know of, that I actually went to school for, that I actually trained for, and you're making it seem like what I'm saying is something an idiot would say or a liar would say. Okay? All you have to do is Google, do CNAs have patients, right? Okay. Yes. Certified nurse and assistants do work with patients, providing direct patient care under the supervision of registered nurses
Hey,
or
Mary Jane.
licensed practical nurses in various healthcare settings, okay? What can CNAs do? CNAs are trained healthcare workers, like I said, a healthcare professional, since you can't seem to get that in your fucking head, okay, honey? Who provide basic care and support to patients, including
Mary Jane,
assisting
how
with
you
activities of daily living like bathing, dressing, and eating.
I don't know why you're bothering to read this, because when you show your certification, it's not even a nurse. And it's not even a CNA. It's like a medical assistant or something.
As well as monitoring vital signs.
Monitoring. I'm high and I can pronounce that one.
And communicating patient needs of nurses. Okay? Do you see that? Communicating patients' needs to nurses. So when I made that remark about this little mark on Chantel's face that's on her lip, I was actually going into the role of being a CNA and reporting,
thanks, Mary
hey,
Jane.
maybe you should get that checked out because it seems like a malady that you really wouldn't want to have. That's not giving medical advice. That is giving advice to seek medical advice because of a malady that is happening to one individual's body.
And I'm going to give you a piece of unsolicited advice. Go to a doctor. For real. And stop eating all that garbage you're eating. It's killing you. It is killing you. It's killing you.
Do you get what I'm saying now? Or do you want to continue to play stupid with me? Okay? While CNAs provide direct patient care and they always work under the supervision of licensed nurses who provide guidance and...
No one really matters but cats. Please report to the Naughty Corner. No one really matters but cats. Please go to the Naughty Corner for just suggesting such a thing.
Oversight, okay? So it's my nurses. See, I say, hey, this person's having this weird mark on their body. I report it to the nurse in my daily reportings that you have to do as a CNA. You have to write reports, correct? Yes. So when you're talking to your nurse in charge, you provide them, hey, this one patient has a mark on their body. I think it needs to be looked at. And the nurse, what does the nurse do? They follow protocol. They look at the patient, whatever mark they had on their body, and they evaluate it, and then they call the doctor. And then the doctor, whatever that mark is caused by, will then give the medical advice or will give the solution to what malady the person is having. Do you get that? To go and say that CNAs don't have patients is the most stupidest fucking thing I think I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, I think it's best for my trolls out there. Next time you want to play doctor. Next time you want to play, oh, Shani's lying about what her qualifications are for work is. You might want to shut your mouth because you absolutely know nothing what CNAs do. You don't understand what's being talked about.
CNA.
But yet, because you have this, some kinds of suspicion in your fucking head that I'm lying about me being a CNA, even though it's in public records that I am a CNA. And just because my license or my license was expired to practice on people does not mean I don't have my CNA still. I can easily get it back. Yes, I did have a CNA license.
You proved that, yeah.
I
You
did.
brought it up.
Are CNAs
Is Shani a CNA? No. She's a medical assistant or something along those lines. But she's not a CNA.
health care workers?
Professionals.
Well, it doesn't matter, healthcare worker, professional. I'll do healthcare professional. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's what you typed in. Yes.
Look at that!
Absolutely, you're considered that.
Look at that. Yes. Certified nurses assistants are also known as nursing assistants, are health care professionals.
Absolutely.
Oh, the only reason why you're telling me to stop trash is because you don't want to be called out on your fucking bullshit.
No, you.
We
No,
just
no,
know
no,
you're
no,
not a
no,
CNA.
no,
Well,
no,
you're
no,
full of
no,
shit.
no,
Get
no,
off
no,
my
no,
channel.
No. A nurse's assistant and a certified nurse's assistant are two entirely different things, bitch. Two entirely different certifications. Don't do me.
Channel. You're lying. You're lying.
I mean, you proved it. You could bring up the records again that you're
Okay.
that you are a CNA.
Hold on.
Like, holy
Put it on
shit.
here. Because I don't need you to see my fucking personal information.
Yeah.
Ah!
How the fuck do I do this without showing my social?
I think you already did.
No, I'm on this. The Be Right Back.
No. I mean, the last time you did this, I think you did. You showed it already.
Well, they don't know the other numbers, but
Yeah, I don't think it's that much of a risk. You could show that.
what do you think?
I think you could show that. I've said the last 4 of my social a billion times. Like, you can't really do much with that.
I guess so. This is the North Carolina Nurses
Aid.
Registry. Look. What is that?
Nurses
What are we
Aid.
seeing
You're
here?
not seeing anything. You gotta put the...
I know, I am. Give me a minute.
Holy
Can you stop?
fucking
Shut
shit.
Stop.
There's something wrong with you
No,
today.
you keep telling me what to do and it's driving.
You snapped at him. All you had to do was just say, hey, give me a second, hon. Just give me 1 second. I've almost got it. You're a nurse's aide 1, not a CNA. It's two entirely different fucking things.
Driving me fucking crazy. How about you leave me alone and let me do what I need to
I
do?
was just telling
Thanks.
you they couldn't see shit.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. You're being fucking annoying.
Really? Better stop.
No, I'm not gonna stop if you're gonna treat me like this. Okay.
Over what? A comment.
There you go. Right on the registry.
Always fucking sick.
Original test date 2003 to 2006. North Carolina Nursing Age Registry. There. You see? There's my maiden name right there. You see? You want to lie? Here, look up the nursing aid number, okay? This is the nursing aid number right here. Well, I don't need someone barking in my ears. But since you want to say I'm lying, guys, there's your proof.
That ain't proof.
There's your proof. You want to continue and say I'm lying about my...
You are lying through your fucking teeth. You're a nurse's aide, stupid. You think we're that dumb? You really think I'm that stupid? Oh my fucking God, you are dumber than fucking mud, aren't you? God, I hate you.
My fucking shit in my own fucking life? Go ahead. But I made all of you look like total idiots.
No, you made yourself look like an idiot.
Idiots. I am a CNA.
No, you're not, you liar.
Not being licensed for it doesn't mean it takes away your CNA. Because you have to go to college for it, stupid.
I have a question.
Oh my god.
I have a question. It says nurse's aid.
Yes.
That's the same thing as a CNA?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
No, it's not.
Holy shit.
Yeah, certified nurse's assistant.
Holy shit.
Hang on.
You made your point, but you were awful to rev over it. Well, you know what? Maybe you should stop fucking barking in my ear over what I know that I have to do. You've been arguing with me all morning.
Oh, yeah, right.
All morning over
You
stupid
are
shit.
Fucking really.
It's driving me nuts.
I think you just feel bad.
Well, you know what? How about be a little more patient with me?
You just feel like shit, and I understand that, and I'm sorry if whatever I did.
Oh my god. See, this is why you guys are so fucking stupid. It says medicine aid 1, not CNA. Nami, you can't be that dumb. You can't be that fucking dumb. Is a medical aid a CNA? No, a medical aid is not a CNA. Oh, Jesus. Certified nurse and assistants, that's what I had. God, medical aid.
No,
what is it?
it's not
Medical.
the
What did you say?
same.
Medical.
Nurse's aid 1.
Oh, nurse's aid 1. Oh, okay, not medical aid. Nursing aid 1. Thank you. My brain
Hang on,
is fucking
nurse's aid
stupid right
1.
now
Nurse's aid 1.
because I'm so fucking pissed off.
Yeah, I know you are.
Is a nursing aid a CNA? Yes, a certified nurse and assistant is a type of nurse's aid. But a nurse's aid isn't necessarily a CNA. But if I'm registered on the board of North Carolina, it would be considered a CNA. God damn.
There was a certification involved with what you did, yeah.
Thank you, Kathy. Even though your license is expired, your education never expires. No, it doesn't.
That's what I said, yes.
I took care of my patients. I took care of people. And I ruined my body for it. And there's not anyone who's going to tell me elsewise because I think I know what happened in my life a little bit more than a bunch of idiots on the internet.
Hang on.
Your education never expires. No, it doesn't.
That's what I said, yes.
I took care of my patients. I took care of people. And I ruined my pissed off.
Yeah, I know you are.
Is a nursing aid a CNA? Yes, a certified nurse and assistant is a type of nurse's aid. But a nurse's aid isn't necessarily a CNA. But if I'm registered on the board of North Carolina, it would be considered a CNA. God damn.
There was a certification involved with what you did, yeah.
Thank you, Kathy. Even though your license is expired, your education never expires. No, it doesn't.
That's what I said, yes.
I took care of my patients. I took care of people. And I ruined my body for it. And there's not anyone who's going to tell me elsewise because I think I know what happened in my life a little bit more than a bunch of idiots on the internet. CNAs don't require college, just training. Where do you go and get your CNA, Chase?
You don't have to go to a college, you dumb bitch. Some places have some places where you go to work can train you there. Did you know that? Did you also know that there are freestanding places that'll train you? Did you know that? You stupid bitch. It's not a college course. You have to have graduated high school. You don't take anything but the CNA course. I'm toying with the idea of taking it myself.
You go to college to get your CNA. Fucking idiots. So mad.
Yeah, you're...
I am so blazingly mad over this bullshit. See, you need to complete a state-approved training program and pass a competency exam. I know it doesn't say college, but in order to get it, you have to go on a college site. See, this is a college site.
Not necessarily. You don't know everything, Shani. Shut up.
To get your CNA. Okay? You don't just go randomly say, oh, I need to get my CNA, and you don't go to school for it. You have to go to fucking school. You have to go to a place called college. Or a technical school. My God. We all know you're lying. I'm not lying. How do I lie when I showed my paperwork,
lying.
stupid?
Yeah, you showed what you were. I mean...
Holy shit, you guys are dumb. Did I say you required a degree? No, I said you get your CNA at college. Or a technical school. I didn't say any degrees. God.
God, you're a bitch.
I know what I did. It's a glorified daycare. Get out of here. You're telling everyone who went to technical school that.
I believe you are a CNA just about as much as I believe you've lost weight. Not at all.
It's a daycare center?
What?
A glorified daycare center. Get the fuck out of here. I didn't lie about the Navy. I didn't lie about computer programming either.
You see what they're doing, man?
Are you done? You want to continue with these lies because you're lying. Did I say I had a degree? No, I didn't. Get the fuck off my channel.
Get the fuck off
You
my
know where you
channel.
went to the hospital last? In Scranton, when you had that bad thing? In Scranton? Right across the street was a certified nurse's assistant training facility. Right across the street. Yeah.
Gee, go figure you go to a school.
Yes.
To get...
No shit, Sherlock. But you're saying that you had to go to a college. You're already backpedaling. God. Oh, I'm not high enough for this. Son of a bitch. Bitch, you need like a sativa or something.
To learn it.
Yes.
Oh, wow. It's almost like something I was just saying.
Yes. And interns that were in training would come and walk through the hospital to see patients for their training. Absolutely true.
No one said I needed a degree to be a CNA. Who fucking said that?
It's not a degree.
Did I say that? Did those things come out of my mouth?
No, they just heard college and think degree.
Yeah, because you're dumb. Aides don't require any training. Yeah, you're deleted for that.
That's not true at all. What, you walk in off the street and go, oh, you're hired as an aide? Are you fucking kidding me? You guys are fucking so dumb. You don't deserve any response. And that's why I'm like, Channy, if you look at these comments, there's something wrong with you. Don't do it. They're just trying to piss you off and get you pissed. And
Well, they did it pretty good.
Worked.
Next time on Shitty Balls E.
Well, we were actually talking about,
Oh my God.
you know, in Fight Club, how they made soap out of the collected fat from the liposuction. Well, what if you could like separate the urine from the fat and make your own Udu Shani perfume type soap thing?
That would be incredible.
How to pick up chicks. Well, this is the thing of it. First of all, you're going to want to rock some.
Odor of Shanine.
Ladies love the way it smells.
Made from Shani's real fat.
That would be incredible.
I mean, there's plenty of guys that just want to drink any fluid that comes out of that girl. I ain't kidding.
You are so disgusting. Well, that ends things for right now, but there will be a Bad After Dark at 8 p.m. Come hell or high water, this bat will be flying at 8 p.m. Be there or be square. Or I'll have to just mass send a bunch of nudes of Shani, Rev, all of them. All of them are going to be in your inbox. All of them are going to be in your inbox. So I want to thank everybody that came and saw me today. You guys rock. I don't care if you're here for 10 minutes, 10 seconds, or the whole thing. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. You know why? Well, do you? It's at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bad After Dark, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Well, do you know why? It's because nobody else will. Now, y'all take care. And I'll see you at 8 p.m. for Bad After Dark. Bye. Peace.